YOLO! I'm gonna get.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's the internet. It's the podcast. It's a three-way. Huzzah! Welcome. This is a pretty unprecedented episode. It's been probably over a month since we've last seen our current friend with us today. Say hi to Russell, everybody.
Hi, Russell, everybody.
Hi, Russell, everybody.
Copycat.
And as usual, you have it with us today, Aaron
and Mike and Russell
again.
So, podcast time. How's everyone doing?
A lot better now that I'm off work.
Was it pretty bad after I left? 'Cause I know this morning was absolute shit.
I don't know. It was bad all day.
I don't know what made it get so bad either.
The rage of an individual.
Right.
Just
I forgot about
hissy
that.
fits and.
Who was angry?
We can't say names. It's
You know who it is if you're listening. I doubt you are though.
Let's just say one guy seemed a bit grumpy, and another guy got defensively grumpy, and so everyone got grumpy.
Was Mike working today?
No. And
Sean, I know Sean was.
Stop throwing names out there. We're trying to protect the innocent.
There are no innocents.
Huh.
The names have been changed to protect the innocent. Bum bum. All in order.
Oh, okay. I don't watch stupid shows.
I haven't seen that show in forever, but I just remember that's how it starts. Because I know Simpsons also did a parody of it, and a couple other shows did a parody as well. I think Futurama did. Probably Family Guy.
Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it.
So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Haven't had to work the last 2 days.
Suck.
Don't have to work tomorrow either.
Oh, I hate you.
3 days off in a row is always. Oh, you suck. That's always really nice.
It is, I know, but then I work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh,
That's like the shittiest. Why can't you just work 3 days in a row again? No, every other fucking day.
But yeah, I haven't been on forever because, going off the family crap, and then some nameless manager, you know who you are.
I've been calling him Richard Fist. So
Richard's Fist, you bastard, has decided to schedule me for multiple weeks in a row. The only day I asked that I cannot work. You know. Oh boy. So yes, that is why.
Huh. And how about you? How are you feeling?
I have certainly been better. That's about all I can really go with there. Yeah. Let's just say, before the podcast, I got some really sour news, and it's kind of put me in a sour mood, but I'm trying to work through it, so... YOLO, I guess?
Dude, remember that guy in Wreck-It Ralph, Sour or something?
The Sour Ball?
Yeah!
I've seen the movie 3 times. I know everything about it, almost.
Wasn't it nominated for some awards?
It should have been.
I heard it was.
It probably is nominated for at least the Best Animated Award, but I'm not sure what else it'd be nominated for. Maybe sound, because it had some good music.
It was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I heard talking about it. It sounded pretty good, and then I was like, yeah, sounds pretty good. Sounds like fun. But then I just keep hearing about it over and over again. Like,
and you don't want to get it overhyped.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I was listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast. It was like up in their top 5 or 10.
Oh, really?
Movies. Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not surprised it's good, but I'm surprised they are so gun ho about it.
I'm not. They all seem like they'd like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but they're also like, I've listened to some of their other stuff, and they seem like huge film buffs. So I was a little worried about whether they put that up there or not, since
Yeah.
Of course, you're listening to the newest stuff. I'm still like a couple years behind on the Rooster Teeth podcast, so...
No, I'm just listening to the newest ones and working my way back. So it does kind of screw with,
trying to figure out...
Yeah, trying to figure out what the hell is this inside joke, and then when I listened to the ones before, okay, I get it.
See, that's why I wanted to start with the earlier ones. I'm like, I don't want to miss all the inside jokes I can have, because I'm sure we'll have inside jokes on our stuff at some point. And we'll have people like, what the fuck are they talking about? They go back and like, oh, that's what they meant when they said that Nick was gay. Okay, so...
that's why they keep saying "oh shit" all the time.
see, now that I've made that joke, it's going to be used in future podcasts. People are going to have to reference this one to get that.
Should we do like a works cited page at the end of ours, just for insert at this point? Podcast number 2.
This podcast 2, 6, and 8.
And we have a podcast which references every other podcast before us. Of course, I don't know if we can actually do that because I have to go back and remember we actually talked about all of them. Like, I remember some of them. Like, I know a few weeks ago we did Pokemon and dentists and Batman. I know.
and Slenderman.
No, that was before that one. That was Slenderman and raising kids with Slenderman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed a lot.
And then we had a whole week of podcasts where we did a bunch of shit, so there's that too. So, like Christmas and award episodes. Yeah, we've been pretty busy.
Yeah.
Like, I know earlier today, you missed it, but we recorded our 3rd episode of ESN, so there's that.
Very nice.
Yeah. Have you checked it out at all? Or?
No, not yet. I haven't been on Facebook in a long time, except to yell at my brother. It's fun.
Sounds fun.
Call him stupid and such. Brotherly love.
Oh, yeah. So I just actually bought Far Cry 3 the other day.
Played it yet?
Actually, no. Like, it was downloading all last night. I got it this morning. It's done. So, it's on Steam, so, I tell it to run. It has to install all the shit that Steam does. And, I'm just, like, on the web doing whatever while that's going on. Eventually, that finishes, and then it pops up. I didn't know this, but it pops up the Uplay browser. And I'm like, well, whatever. I already have it.
The Uplay browser. Oh, okay, the Ubisoft thing. Got it.
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever. I already have it, so I don't mind that much. And then, before I can play it, someone messages me from Steam, which reminded me that I had told them that I would play Left 4 Dead with them today. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to play Far Cry right now.
I've been wanting to get into Left 4 Dead since they announced the whole Left 4 Dead 2 Steam Workshop thing. It looked like it might be pretty fun.
Yeah, but we were just playing Left 4 Dead 1, which is kind of odd playing with Russian people.
Russians?
Yeah, I mean it's fun. Cause
do you speak English?
Yeah, actually. There's a few words I don't understand, but, like, tripping. Well, one of them didn't understand just that word. And they tried to teach me a word here and there, but it's kind of hard to pronounce because I'm not used to all that shit.
You're not drunk,
Yeah.
Those Russians.
And then, of course, there's also the deal when you're playing and it's on a server over there and you're like, my ping is like 200. In the first match we played, it was all right. Most of our pings were up there, like at least 100. The second one, I think mine was the only one, like above 150, and it would just vary. Like it'd normally stay around there, but then sometimes it'd jump up like 600. There was one time I was full health, and I'm like, just blah blah blah. I get stopped, and I'm like, what's going on? Turn around, there's a zombie having a seizure behind me, and then all of a sudden I'm on the ground dead, and I'm like, what the fuck?
See, it sounds like somebody expects from like Fear 3. You turn around, there's a seizure zombie, and then you die.
Spastic zombies.
But yeah, apparently we're going to be playing more tomorrow. But the bad thing is, I had a pretty nice gaming headset. It doesn't really work anymore. The whole charging cable is fucked, and the battery kind of sucks in it now. So I'm looking for a new one. I found one. I just can't find anywhere it's in stock to order it.
Well, what kind of was it?
The Logitech G30. No, it wasn't. Because there's the G35, and then the version of that's wireless, and I had the wireless one.
Yeah, I see. I've been meaning to get some, like, Turtle Beach, but they still are expensive.
I found one. It's Cyber Sniper, and that's actually the one I'm trying to get. And it's like
name it that.
It's like 70 to 80, and it actually sounds like it's got better sound quality than the Logitech ones. I don't know about Turtle Beach though, but I mean these are a bit cheaper than those.
Yeah,
they look nice and everything. So I just got to find somewhere they're in stock. I should try eBay.
eBay for everything.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I was trying Amazon, Newegg, their own site. I never thought of eBay.
Loser.
Yeah, man, you should go to eBay, see if you can find it for a penny, just 2 cents. I wager 2 cents. Who's next? Come on, bring it. I got all day.
I got all day. Nothing to do. I'm just going to fucking sit here. Oh, they're
penny
three,
up every
4.
time.
penny up every time. And then when they least expect it, raise it 4 pennies. They'll be like, I can't compete with that. I'm dropping out.
Just Oh man, he's a baller. He's got all this money to throw around. and then you're just like, you know what? Raise it by $1. He just bid against himself. What the fuck?
He's crazy. He's loco.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like wagering though, I just got word from my mom that we're like at this family reunion out in Illinois, and the hotel that she's booked all of us to stay at, just because it's cheaper that way, is the Jumers Casino, this new place they opened up over by the Quad Cities. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to going there because it's also got a casino in there, and I definitely want to try out some Texas Hold'em on there.
God, I've only been to the casino once and played some electronic Deal or No Deal. That's what it was. I came out even. Pretty much.
Same here. I went to one and tried the slot machines and whatnot or whatever, and not a bad experience because I was actually ahead for a little while, but then I dropped down and I ended up losing 20 overall. It's like, Yeah.
I did not like I just went in with $40 because the first time I wasn't really gonna go gambling. Spent $35 on slots, I think, and I'm like, do people just sit here and play slots all day? I'm like, I'm just wasting my money. So then I go over to Deal or No Deal, like an actual game, and made most of it back. Like I don't see how you just sit there all day, poke a button, and just poke a button.
Yeah, now it's just touchscreen buttons and shit anymore.
Yeah.
I hear you. Like I said, I want to go there just to try the table games because those actually seem like they are more involved and actually require some luck and skill.
Yeah.
Whereas the machines are all like, oh, they're just rigged to cheat you out of money on the weekends. That's not it.
Well, I mean, they're not really rigged. It's just you have less of a chance to win than you should.
Mm. Just like the arcade games, like they rig them up a little bit so that way, for example, Gauntlet, like they had the arcade version of that. You lose your health slowly over time rather than in the actual game where it's like you consistently have your health at the same level. It's like, that kind of sucks, but I get why they do it. It's still stupid.
Yeah.
How do you think, like in a casino, gambling Halo, how do you think that would do?
Well,
like you bet on your match.
Question.
Yes.
What you're saying is you like have like 8 people, for example, and they all go to play the game. Now, my question is, do other people wager in on that, or do the players wager in on that?
Yes.
Because you do the players, I could see some level of like game fixing there. Because everyone bets on one guy to win, everyone else could just suck on purpose.
Well, no. The thing is, you have 8 people, and even if you have friends, the thing is, you don't let them go in teams. They take that group of players, and then the team is just completely randomized.
Still doesn't mean you couldn't, fix the game in some way. Like I know it was Oblivion, they wouldn't let you in the game anyway wager on your fight at all. You had to only wager on the fights you could watch. And I'm thinking that would be a safe way to apply it here as well in real life. It's just that way you couldn't fix the game, like lose on purpose because you bet on the other team or something like that.
But you could have other people to bet on you or the other team, and then just split it with you.
Still seems a little weird. I'd say definitely the wagering on other people would be alright though.
Something to look into, casino people.
Of course,
get on it.
Now, fighting games, I could see that being kind of interesting too, because I'm sure people already do that as it is. I put $50 for the big titted lady. They're both guys. Whoever's playing the big titted lady, I'm betting on her.
You mean the big titted lady who's playing? Yes.
You think those exist?
Wait. The big titted ladies that play the games?
Yes.
They don't exist.
No.
Well,
I'm scared.
they might exist, but they wouldn't be doing it in any tournament style. They'd just be at home like, oh, I'm going to play some Skyrim or some shit.
God damn it. Brought up Skyrim. I've been playing that again.
All 3 of us.
Yeah, that's what we've all been doing, I think.
It's pretty bad because I just checked the other day, and between me and Stephanie, we have about 14 days of gameplay, which is more than I've put into any Call of Duty game. That surprises me.
You should be proud of that, though, because Skyrim's a pretty big game and it requires a lot of time anyway.
Oh, yeah. Do you have... Skyrim is an Elder Scrolls game, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are they planning on a new one?
They're doing Elder Scrolls Online. That's by a different studio, so I'm not sure how it'll be the same or different or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned same setting but different like aesthetic because from what I've seen, the screenshots, characters look a little different than they do.
Thing is, if they do, you have to think of where it would be because if you notice, each Elder Scrolls game has been set in a particular area that's native to one race.
Mm-hmm.
Like Morrowind, that was home to
black guys.
Black guys?
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think the Dark Elves.
So black guys. I was right.
For Oblivion, that was in the Cyrodiil, wasn't it? Which is the Imperial home.
Okay.
Then there's Skyrim, which is the Nords.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 and 2 had the same thing. It's like they were each set in a certain race's whole country thing.
Now, I would like it if they did Pokemon Generation 2 so you could actually go back to the older like areas as well instead of just having one area. Like, I get that Skyrim is a big world, and so that'd be tricky to do. But I don't see why you couldn't do like a DLC thing, like maybe like after a few, like 6 to 12 months of playing the games, like, hey, here's the Oblivion expansion so you can play whatever the hell that was. And then, like, another 6 to 12 months later, here's the Morrowind levels we have for you.
But then they would actually have to redo the graphics and shit so it would match up.
That doesn't seem that difficult though.
It would be very time consuming because they would actually have to go back and have people just retexture everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if they use like okay, for example, there are mods in work right now to actually make those things happen in the current games. Like I know there's a mod for Morrowind and Oblivion. I'm pretty sure they're working on one for that in Skyrim as well. Why not just like bring those indie teams on there and just have them do it for for a cheap cost? And
it's probably because I mean they're already doing it for free. In maybe the people who make it, Bethesda or whatever, they just don't want to hire more people to be spending more money just to make the game.
Well, how did Valve do with their Cold Stream update for the custom campaign that some user made? I mean, just do it that way then.
Well, I guess sure. Then they can just release it, by themselves. But why would they really need to do that when it's just already there for all the people on PC? And maybe if they like it enough, they'll actually do something and then release it on the Xbox.
I'm just saying, the option to go back to the older world, especially if you can't get them to run on your computer, would be nice. Fucking Oblivion keeps crashing on me like a piece of shit.
I don't know. Like, you and David have these problems with these games. I never had any problem with these games. Oblivion ran perfect.
Like, Oblivion was working fine for me until I got on a horse, went up a hill, and then suddenly, just gone. Just gone.
See, I on a horse, not on a horse, whatever. I just go on my business, kill shit, whatever.
Meanwhile, being Skyrim, I'm on like a ghost horse. I'm flying through a fucking mountain because I keep jumping off cliffs.
Ghost horse? Where do you find these ghost horses?
Well,
it's a mod.
Yeah, there's a modded.
Goddamn mods! I'm on my Xbox, and no, I don't get any freaking mods.
The horse is, I think, pretty much invulnerable. But
I jumped off the top of a mountain. I'm pretty sure it's invincible.
And while you're on it, you're actually, I think, you can't be hurt either.
You can get hurt by being attacked, but you can't get hurt by jumping off shit.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, and I mean, the guy who made the mod, his reasoning was that, if you can't fight from the back of the horse, why should you be able to die from the back of the horse? And then the whole thing, jumping off cliffs, I'm like, okay, although you could kind of already do that sometimes if you had a normal horse, just jump off and live. But I think they fixed that, because I tried it and died.
Of course, what's funny, though, is you say you can't fight from the back of the horse, and yet I told you earlier today that I've been able to shoot arrows and crossbows off the back of my horse for a while now without any problem. It's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Can you do
crossbows?
Dawnguard.
Dawnguard.
Oh, I haven't.
That's not a mod. That's an actual thing.
But can you shoot bows from the back of your horse? Yeah, I think it's a mod. I just don't know if it's one I have or one you only have.
It might be one I only have, because I know I added a couple things you didn't have, so...
Yeah, like, I don't know, it's just, I know, I never try to fight from the back of the horse, because I'm like, oh, there's an enemy, jump off.
See, I've
magic the shit out of him.
Magic, yeah, you...
I have a couple mods, I have like 200 extra spells.
See, I have those same mods, or at least a good chunk of them, but I find magic to be heavily reliant on your magic pool resources, and it's like, oh... I can't really use as many skills as I want to. Fucking shoot arrows everywhere! Or just, like, shoot the fuck out
Well,
of stuff.
the thing is, you could do them both, because there's a spell to conjure a bow. And
don't start with me.
You have infinite arrows with that bow.
Don't start with me. But, no, like, I've actually been upgrading my archery shit. And so I can do 6 times damage as long as I'm sneaking on people. And it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
And also I got the whole eagle eye, like, slow down shit.
Oh, yeah.
And all that. It's really awesome. I love it so far.
All those perks work with the summoned bow.
They also work with the crossbow, which I'm having fun with, actually. It's pretty cool.
I kind of want to get Dawnguard now. Like, I've put enough hours into the game. I don't know why I haven't got it, but yeah.
Not to mention
on my second character.
Well, not to mention you're missing Dragonborn too, because I know you guys have that on Xbox already. That's the one where you can. I know at the very least you can tame a dragon and ride it from town to town.
The fuck?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
You can't. Nope. Yeah, you can do that, and I think there's other stuff. I don't remember what it all is. I just so that's nice. that's the big thing everyone was talking about.
Nice.
And you know, you know what Dawnguard's all about.
No.
Oh, well, the Dawnguard is a group of people just dedicated to killing vampires.
Okay.
It was like an old, group, but like disbanded and shit. But now someone's bringing it back because vampires are coming back and shit. And so it adds, because you can become a vampire.
Yeah.
But in Dawnguard, you can become a vampire lord, which is really powerful. Which, I don't know, and it actually adds perk trees for, like, the vampire lord or actually lycanthropy.
Cool.
I made a big deal about how you can't be a vampire and a Dawnstar, like, vampire hunter guy, because that could be Helsing, like, Alucard and shit, and be like, yeah!
Well, I think you can, actually, after a certain point, because, well, it's a spoiler, but I don't think you really care that much.
Not entirely, but I might bleep it out for the people watching.
I'll put it this way. At some point, you have a choice either to get part of your soul trapped or become a vampire. And if you try to choose that, then the person who's, going to turn you into a vampire says that they don't know how your vampire hunter people would take that. And asks, like, if you're sure about this and whatever.
Oh, so you're saying there's a possibility you could do it?
Yeah, I didn't go that route just because I figured I'd keep with the, no, not going to be a vampire. I'm just going to...
I might do like a save before that, just see where it goes from there, and if I don't like it, I'll just go back.
I'm already a werewolf. Can you change?
Actually,
no, I don't think you can.
Yes. Becoming a vampire lord does cure you of lycanthropy.
I see.
However, you can only get lycanthropy twice. Once through the quest line, and then the woman in the companions, what's her name?
I don't know.
The one bitch I talked to at first, who's like...
Isla.
Isla, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Isn't Isla from Chrono Trigger, the cave woman bitch?
I don't know.
Some bitch.
But she will offer to turn you into it again, but she only does it once. So, like, you could become a vampire lord and then later on go back to being a werewolf.
So pretty much, if you want to be a werewolf again, you have to let her suck your dick, but she's not going to let you do it again, so,
yeah.
Okay.
But you can become a vampire or a vampire lord and get cured of it as many times as you want because that one guy's quest.
I see.
Yeah.
Very nice.
See, that's Skyrim. Fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many. Takes too much of my life.
Too bad school's starting up for me soon, because now I won't be able to play as much.
One thing I wish is that I could, have all these mods I put on and play one of the characters I already had, but not all the mods would work. And then, at the same point, I'm almost willing to just ignore that, but I either have a, like, Daedric armor decked out orc who uses this big-ass, like, battle axe, or a mage who has, like, almost all the magics maxed and everything. And I'm like,
yeah.
But neither of them look cool as compared to the current person I'm running with who looks cooler. And I'm like, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I need to get work on the smithing part in that game because I need to get better armor. Not because my armor sucks, but just I want to have you put that dragon bones and skill to use to make like dragon shit armor.
Well, I mean, like I have my enchanting is up at like 60 something. My smithing like 23.
Oh, it's easy. Just go to the dwarven place, the Markarth. Just go in, go grab all that dwarven stuff, smelt it and smith it just right there.
But the thing is, you have to have dwarven smithing to do that. In a way, it's easier to just, use the caravan or fast travel to all the major cities.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, it costs a little bit of money to start, but you can just buy, like, all the iron ingots and leather they have, and then you just make a shitload of iron daggers. And then if you have leather left
really
over,
old really fast.
It actually takes no time at all. You just collect all this shit, and then you just one finger on the button, one on the yes, and you, bam, you create a shitload really fast. After that, you can make hide bracers. That only takes leather. And then, actually, you could use all those and raise your enchanting.
Gasp.
By the way, and I know Mike's going to hate me for this, but I did find a cool thing in Skyrim. It's called Moonstone Ore, and I wonder if I can evolve my Nidorino or Clefable with it.
Yes.
Nice.
Hey, you know that they're not in the game.
Get a Wigglytuff.
I will murder it.
Put you to sleep with my Jigglypuff tunes.
That's one thing I've noticed. It's pretty nice. Is that sometimes I'll shoot spells at an enemy, and they will just ragdoll away into the sky.
Yeah, you made a big deal about how you have to have everything ragdoll, and you can't have everything just do its default death animation.
Well, like, you know how sometimes you kill things and they do that spin?
Yeah.
I don't have that anymore. They just ragdoll and die.
Nice. My favorite one is when I first started playing my second character again. I was fighting giants a lot, and Lydia, the one that I always get her I was fighting a giant just up on a rock where it couldn't get me, so it was attacking Lydia. I don't know how many times it would just do the whole smash move where it just smashes the ground with a giant club, and Lydia would just go shooting into the air like a rocket, just pew! Like Team Rocket. Pew!
Team Lydia's blasting off again.
And then eventually you see her just land.
Yeah, I saw her do that. I saw her land on a mountainside and then just start running back.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about a game that was out in 2011. That's like a year and a couple months, because I know we're just starting 2013. So that should be a sign to anyone who hasn't bought it yet, or who hasn't really heard much about it. That's a fucking good game, and that, you should definitely give it a shot if you haven't yet.
Yeah, you don't even have to be a huge fan of the genre or even the other games, because I've never played any of the other Elder Scrolls, and I usually play Call of Duty and games like that, and I love this game. So
I played a little bit of Morrowind and more of Oblivion. I have to admit, I kind of liked the way they did magic more, because you could make your own spells. Yeah,
that's cool.
And sure, it would cost money or whatever, and depending on what you put in the spell, the magic it cost could be completely outrageous. But it'd be a cool spell. Like a fireball that does extra damage and all this other shit. And I kind of wish that was in Skyrim. Mm-hmm. And there are mods that do that, but it also kind of removes a lot of the other spells or just changes too much stuff. But yeah, Morrowind was alright. Oblivion was a pretty good game. Mm-hmm. And then Skyrim is just so much better because they actually had the budget that they kind of needed.
Mm-hmm.
It was the budget they deserved, but the one they need. Yeah, I like that.
No, this is what they deserved and needed. Mm. And it turned into a great game.
But I love how, and I am referencing a Jimquisition episode here because I watched it recently. But I love how a game like this, a single player game, and how it doesn't have any online passes or anything like that, did so well. And you have games and companies like EA are insisting that you need to have that stuff in order to sell a good game. And I get that having multiplayer can help expand the lifetime of a game for quite a bit, but then you have a game like Skyrim that kind of just transcends that logic and does something spectacular that everyone can just look at and say, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. Except for, the people who don't want to put a lot of time into a game, then they wouldn't really like Skyrim.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, but then in that case, why are they playing games in the first place?
And at the same time, I think Skyrim could be pretty awesome if you could put another person or two in there.
I don't know.
Yeah, except it just logically, I was thinking this with Fallout's the same thing. It wouldn't work because
the narrative
you pause. Well, yeah, that too. But you pause to get a potion, and the other guy's like, "Oh, hurry up! Come on!"
But that's the thing that you just get rid of the pausing, so there's no you don't get to pause.
It would
not to mention the fact that a game like Skyrim or Fallout 3 doesn't require, but it relies heavily on people, saving, loading, quick loading, all that stuff. And it's like, you really can't do that as easily as you can now if you had multiplayer in there.
Well, I mean, you kind of can, because then you have, or maybe it just saves for both of them, or just the host when, he can still quick save and quick load and stuff, and it just does the same thing for the other player.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but the thing I like about Skyrim and how multiplayer kind of kills it, I just like going off and exploring shit and just kind of just isolating myself from everything. And if I had someone else there who's like rushing ahead to try to do the story or do a mission or whatever, I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. I want to go over here and just get lost and find some shit.
Well, then it could be the same deal as Saints Row, where someone tries to start a mission, then you're like, no.
But the thing is, you're going to piss the guys are just going to piss each other off, Like for example, when you were playing Saints Row, I was kind of annoyed at the fact you just wanted to do story missions and doing this side stuff. And I mean, you had a reason. You're like, oh, I wouldn't want to make it too easy by leveling up and everything. But I'm like, I don't care. These missions are more fun. And I want to blow up shit. Or the Genki ones. I just wanted to do those because those were fun.
Those are pretty fun. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. The game was kind of easy.
Well,
even still, with how we did it, it was kind of easy.
Oh, we just punch people all the time?
Yeah, I mean, you don't even need to do anything, really. It's just whatever. And I don't know, the guns, there are only a couple guns that were any good, and then you're like, all the rest suck.
Well, another example I have, and I'm pretty sure everyone's going to hate me for this one.
I hate you.
Probably. But Borderlands, for example, I didn't like it, but that's only because of the multiplayer experience I had with it. I played with you and your brother David, and...
yeah, we already knew the game because we'd played through it, and...
Well, it's not so much that, it's just the fact that you guys kept rushing on ahead and doing all the missions. I had no idea where we were going or what we were doing, so I really didn't get a chance to explore or enjoy the game itself for any reason. I just kind of just plod along, and I got really bored of it, because it's like, why am I even here? And I never felt like the co-op in that game was really necessary. Like, if you think of a game like Left 4 Dead 2 or Portal 2, where the co-op actually is the core of that game and actually makes sense in how it, the gameplay goes, like, you actually need the other person in both those scenarios to make things happen. Whereas in Borderlands 2, whereas in Borderlands 1 at least, I never felt like I needed you guys at all.
Well, in Borderlands 1 and 2, you don't need co-op. It's just, it's there. I mean, you can play single player. It doesn't change much at all.
But the thing I'm trying to say is, if a game is going to boast and feature co-op, ideally you'd want to make it so that way the other person feels like they're actually needed. Otherwise, what's the point of even having it? You might as well just make it a single player game then.
Well, then you're saying, pretty much any game with multiplayer should just be single player, because not really any of them make it seem like the other players are needed.
I listed a couple examples that were really good. Of course, they're Valve, so I mean, it's kind of cheating.
I mean, that's it. And still, Left 4 Dead, that's built solely around co-op. Portal 2, if you're playing the co-op mode, yeah, the other player's needed, but then again, it is a whole different campaign and everything. Whereas, most games that have multiplayer, it's just the same campaign, with just another person added in.
I don't know, like I said, I just feel like co-op should feel more like it's needed, and not so much like it's just tacked on. That's kind of what
Saints Row. I mean, the co-op, it's not needed at all. You can just run through the game single player as much as you want.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. It felt like it was tacked on. I would have loved to see if that co-op could have actually been implemented into a way to make the game better, not just make it slightly more fun or annoying, depending on who you actually end up with,
Yeah, I think there should be some more co-op games where it's actually more of a co-op instead of just a single player and this other guy.
Instead of, we're both here.
Yeah. It should be, I'm here, and you're here, and we're doing this.
Well, at the same time, I guess I'm only thinking of one example. Minecraft, you don't need anyone else, but it's really fun to have a whole bunch of people.
Well, I think Minecraft kind of breaks the rule a little bit because there's really no goal or structure to it. It's more of just a do whatever the fuck you want sandbox. Mm-hmm. And I mean more so than the actual sandbox games, too.
Yeah. Although something on Minecraft, I was thinking, I mentioned to Aaron, wouldn't that be interesting if, the NPC villages, they could kind of maybe mine some stuff or, build more onto their village over time and shit?
I don't know why they don't do that, That doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. Just have it randomly regenerate stuff as you load it up every now and then.
Yeah, or not even, maybe, you actually see guys walking over with pickaxes or something and, maybe they'll go chop down a tree and then go build a house. That'd be pretty cool. And then you're they're expanding their village.
Oh. Or at least have them wander out of their village sometimes.
Yeah, like, or maybe they could, like, go and fucking plant bushes. I don't know.
It was fun. The first time creative mode came out for Xbox, I just lined the entire village with TNT and blew it all up. They were just a little island. They couldn't give a fuck.
Are you the Joker? Because it just sounds beautiful right
Oh,
there.
yes.
Tell me you laughed maniacally when you did it.
Oh, yes, I did. I love just planting so much C4 on the... Or, not C4, but TNT all over the island, make patterns or whatever, where when you blow it up, it will crash your Xbox. There's so much going on. I love doing that.
That reminds me of one of the Let's Plays I saw where they made a giant fucking creeper, and they just lined the inside all the way to the bottom of the earth with TNT, and it crashes the game.
Because it was a big creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it actually goes to the top of the game world in their game, or is close to it.
I don't think it was that high, because I think the top on the Xbox, did they update it to 256 yet, or is it still 128?
If it's 128, then it's the top. Otherwise, yeah, you're probably right.
It might still be 128. Not for sure, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
actually, no, Jeff's house is bigger, so I guess, yeah.
But yeah, they just blew that up and it crashed. There is another mod for Minecraft. I love talking about mods.
So I've noticed.
Because you know how in Minecraft water is infinite, you can make as much as you want forever. Mm-hmm. There's one mod that it makes it so water is finite.
Okay.
Like you can actually
drain a lake.
Drain a lake. I mean, if you just use a bucket, it'll take a while, but it actually has like some pumps and shit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. That it actually makes it so water you could drain a lake into somewhere else. Then you could go dig down in that lake and then put the water back if you wanted.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Because
it'd make making underwater houses a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and I mean, you could still have oceans be infinite. I mean, they're pretty much going to be infinite anyway. You're not going to drain that shit ever.
Yeah, those are fucking massive.
Build a gigantic bucket.
And then,
put all the water in
it. For creative, there is actually one block here in that mod because it actually changes the water blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is a source block. The only problem, it makes every block horizontally adjacent to it, and I think below it, also a source block.
Mm-hmm.
So it just keeps spreading. So if you go, up like 80 blocks and just put one, giant tsunami just will cover the entire world.
Nice.
Although it'll actually lag the shit out of your game first. But I mean, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the idea that you'd be able to like drain lakes and ponds and stuff.
So, going on to some news that we were discussing earlier before the podcast. Russell, have you heard about there's a couple bills going on in the I think Senate or is it Congress right now?
Something.
Either way.
Be good.
Well, in the recent events of all the shootings going on, because there's a lot of them anymore. They're proposing a couple new bills along with a bunch of other stuff from like the president's like executive orders or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
One bill insists that all games are rated, like they have to be rated, and you cannot sell games of a certain level to minors under penalty. You'll be fined and etc.
Yeah.
So
kind of like most game stores already do.
Yeah.
Now this only the only thing this would actually change from what I read is just it would change indie developers because most of their games are released like on PC, for example.
Okay.
Don't get really rated.
Yeah.
So they would have to go through some hurdles there, and who knows what will happen with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other part that's a little more controversial and affects everybody is a violent video game tax.
A 1% tax on any game rated teen or above.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's everything.
It includes You Don't Know Jack, Forza Motorsport,
Dance Central 3.
How about just do mature?
Well, that's still quite a bundle. I
What
mean.
about Halo's not mature?
Really?
I don't think so.
I have a copy here. Let's take a look. It's actually rated M.
Oh,
okay.
I'm surprised.
And the other one's also rated M.
I thought it wasn't.
You're bad.
Yeah, that is my bad.
Left 4 Dead's also
I
M.
was gonna say,
If Left 4 Dead's not M, then I don't know what it is. Like, I'd say you should make it so, whatever. I think you should make it so adult-only games are taxed, but at the same time, I've never actually seen any of those sold anywhere, so...
I've only ever seen one and it was some stupid like little quiz game, like a game show type style game, and
Would
the
you
reward was
hits.
yeah.
Okay.
That was the only. I didn't even know they make those anymore. Like,
Of course they make them.
No.
There's a new Leisure Suit Larry coming out.
Well, I mean, there's like fucking millions of Flash games out there that are free that just go there and do that. But
Yeah, that's the thing. What are they going to do about violent Flash games?
yeah, you can't do anything about those.
violent Flash games, free games that are just given out like online for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And violent, what about videos and movies and songs?
And on top of that, even if you block the kids from being able to buy the games, the parents can still be fucking stupid and buy it for them anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, stricter enforcement of the age limit, like the M17. It won't matter because parents will always buy their 10-year-old kid the newest Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
It won't matter at all.
I mean, it's like the kid will try to buy it and be like, we can't sell it to you, you're too young. And the parent will come over and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then if you want to break it down on an individual game-by-game basis, I mean, that's also kind of hard to judge, too. Like, some games are violent because it's a military thing, so you expect it to be, like, a lot of bloodshed.
Yeah.
Or in the case of something like, say, Silent Hill or a horror game, the context is supposed to be grim, depressing, dark, and kind of just scare you, essentially. So, I mean, the context there kind of enforces that a little bit, too.
Yeah. I don't think they should get the little kids should get them. Like, it should
of course
be
not,
worse,
no.
but it's nothing you can do about it. So why try? You're just gonna waste time and money to trying.
Well, see, my thing is, and this is something I've had against a lot of government policies in general, not just this one, is it just kind of enforces the whole idea that the government is trying to take care of the kids and take care of everyone's responsibilities when they shouldn't be stepping in and doing that, They should be busy governing. They shouldn't be busy stepping into our lives and telling us, oh, hey, we're going to raise your kids for you by preventing them from seeing all this stuff, They're your kids. You tell them what you do and don't want them to see and just leave it at that. That's simple, right there.
But at the same time, they should try to do something about the shootings, and I guess they're trying to find stuff that's the cause.
They should, but here's the thing. Video games didn't kill anybody. Movies didn't kill anybody. I could make a joke, but I'm not going to. But, no. Those didn't kill anybody. Now, a gun in the hands of a crazy person, that's killed people time and time again.
It doesn't have to be a crazy person.
Well, okay, a mentally unstable person.
They don't even have to be unstable.
I'm not even saying that they have a history of mental health.
Guns in a hand of a person can kill people.
Well, no, hear me out. Like, all these shootings have been done by people who have been mentally unstable in one way or another, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm not saying to restrict all gun laws because that is excessive because some people want that level of safety, but restrict it to a point where, it's harder for people to get guns and harder for people to just take them out and use them wherever and kind of restrict what kinds are available. And then also improve the mental health system a little bit so you can kind of see these things coming a little sooner than, oh, hey, that guy's pulling a gun out from outside the exit of the movie theater. We should probably fucking run.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I have to agree with the one thing, and that's citizens don't need assault weaponry.
True enough.
Like, hunting rifles, I can understand. Hunting shotguns, well, yeah, people hunt birds. Handguns, okay. But M16s, assault rifles? What are you going to use that for? Are you going to go hunt bears?
They're toys.
Yeah.
And all I have to say on the subject is grow up. And you don't need those. Grow up. All it is a toy. Oh, it's my right to defend. No, you're just rationalizing it. It's your toy. But the thing is, I'm surprised I haven't really heard much of the blame video game violence.
Oh, I've seen a lot of it.
Well, I've seen a lot of it.
Well, people were blaming
past.
People were blaming Dynasty Warriors for the whole Sandy Hook thing.
For this?
Yeah.
Really? I guess not.
Dynasty
I'm not
Warriors
right
and
things.
Mass Effect, and come on.
It's predictable, but I don't know.
I can understand blaming Call of Duty because that at least has some sort of link to it. Shooting people. But Mass Effect isn't necessarily just straight shooting people. You're trying to save the fucking whole galaxies from shit.
Yeah.
And then Dynasty Warriors, there are no fucking guns in that game. How do you play that game?
It's violent. Yes, but at the
It's
same time...
over-the-top fantasy cartoon violence compared to anything else.
Yeah, when one guy can kill 1,000 or more in one battle.
Clearly, And again, I'm probably quoting more Jimquisition here, but he's said a lot of great stuff on the subject as it is. You know, gamers can tell the difference between violence and the video game violence. You know, there's a distinct difference. Like, you don't want to see real violence because that stuff is not over the top, but it's like you just don't want to see it because you know it's bad. But in video games, everything's stylized in a way where you know it's not how it actually is, so you know it's not going to be like that. And for people to assume that is going to automatically make that happen, I don't see it.
It's a vehicle for the mentally unstable. That's the key thing, is the mentally unstable. It teaches, like, if we see a crazy person and they're playing a violent video game, hey, I can do this. Same way a violent TV show or a violent movie or seeing violent parents or any
even
crap like that.
Or even all the news about the violent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, go ahead and tell the story you're telling me about how there was a shooting that almost happened, somewhat happened, and some guy stopped it, and they only recovered like on part of a news or whatever it was.
That's pretty much it.
I don't remember all the details.
I don't remember him exactly either, but like there was, I believe, some people that were going to shoot up a place, but I think it was a
movie theater, I think is what it was.
Off-duty cop or something, like, saw it and, shot the guy first, but there was like no news coverage at all because, he saved everyone.
Not
okay.
sensational enough.
It's like,
how's it not sensational? Some guy stopped a bunch of people from getting killed. I think that deserves more headlines.
The media likes bad news.
I think a lot of the violence would probably be more attributed to the news than
definitely
other things.
Well, I almost want to make the argument, and again, I'm borrowing arguments not from Jim Studio, but from Movie Bob now, where the violent culture we've had for years, ages. Our country was founded by people taking guns and fighting off the British. I mean, that's how it all started. So we've always been a gun-happy, violent society over here, somewhat. I mean, and then I would argue that a lot of our media, movies, games, TV is influenced by that culture, and not the other way around, where our violent games influence the culture. I think there's a way to look at it like that.
Yeah, and. I don't mind that our country came from, all the violence and shit. Or even, that we have people at war. Because, I mean, that wouldn't really affect... Even if we actually had, like, a full-blown war going on, people invading everywhere, that still wouldn't really affect whether people are going to go shoot up a school or not. Because, I mean, it's other people fighting and killing each other. Why would that affect whether you're upset at school or your parents, so you're going to go to school and shoot them?
I don't know, I just feel like the arguments and the debates and the requests for all this stuff to be dealt with or banned, it's pretty much people trying to protect the Second Amendment by sacrificing the First Amendment, and that doesn't seem right to me. Like, on so many ways, it's just wrong. Because once you give up your freedom of speech, your creative freedoms, and all that stuff, what do you really have left?
Your freedom to carry guns and shoot people.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, I mean, people...
Hey, you can carry a gun in Iowa. I should get myself a license.
I should get myself, like, all sorts of guns. Just strap them all over the place. I won't have any even loaded. I just want to have it for show.
Oh, yeah. I did get, for Christmas, it was not a real gun, but it's a BB gun. Colt 1911, full metal, CO2 powered. Oh, I love it. It's nice. So much fun. I love guns. I can understand the appeal of wanting heavy machinery like that, but... I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they could just have it so shooting ranges can carry this shit, and, have them be, like, heavily supervised.
Monitored and shit.
Yeah, where, like, they cannot take it off the premises, say, maybe even somehow attach, like, a shock collar system to them, where if it gets taken out of the area, the gun gets electrified.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, then people could go there... get all this, I'm gonna shoot heavy weaponry at a tree out of their system, and then, okay, there you go. And then, people don't need to haul this shit around in their home.
I just think it's hilarious how they're going for, like, the easiest scapegoat. Games have always been that easy scapegoat for them, and it used to be comics, it used to be movies, it used to be a whole bunch of other stuff, and, until we kind of get over this hurdle, I think this is going to be the moment that tests the medium of gaming, for the most part. Like, we thought it was going to be back to the Supreme Court case, when it was going to decide whether games should be protected by free speech or not. And now it's this whole thing, whether we can actually get through this whole do video games actually cause violence, and can the government actually back this up or deny it or whatever? Like, we all know the case. We all know what the truth is. You know, games aren't the direct link to it. There's a bunch of other shit that happens in between, if anything, at all.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, the government can do really whatever they want, because it's the government. I mean, what can they not do? Exactly.
Technically, they can't really get away with murder. Like, I mean, they can, but they shouldn't.
Yeah, they shouldn't. But if it's necessary, you know, like in their idea for keeping the peace, then yeah, it can happen.
Watch, we're all gonna die now because we're inciting so many different ideas, and like we can't have them say this.
We're inciting the public. Rise, my minions!
Rise!
Go forth and do our bidding.
Shouldn't I be saying "Rise, my minions"?
Sing Heil!
Oh, that got dark fast.
Oh yeah. So yeah, games, violence, all that good stuff. You know what I've said before. I'm not a violent guy.
Well, neither am I.
But and games wouldn't make me violent. But all this shit about games making people violent makes me want to be violent to the people making all this news, just because they're being retarded.
How dare you say I'm violent? Bam, bam. Take it back.
I'm not violent! Ugh!
I think it's just depressing though how when all of this started way back when video games were first trying to get in, it was just Fox News giving us shit all the time because it's Fox News. They don't know their head from their ass. And now everyone's blaming us again. It's like, come on, guys. Just stop it. Just stop it!
And besides, you gotta think, maybe someone likes a game and they've played it for like an hour. Or maybe someone likes a game and they've played it for like 14 days.
Don't judge me.
That'd be a big difference whether, you know, like how much it might affect them.
Skyrim is slowly brainwashing me. I
mean,
want to shoot the bow.
it really all comes down to just parenting, I'd have to say. Like parenting and in like the environments, like school environments that people grow up in.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, it really is more. It doesn't really just gaming. It's a bunch of different stuff. So I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. If you just raised them on Slender Man, they'd be fine. Those kids would be fine.
In my opinion, you know, I'd say a lot of it is parenting. And, you know, back in the day, when parents beat their kids, and teachers beat the kids, and everyone beat the kids, did the kids go and shoot up a school?
Kids.
Like, did kids go shoot up a school, or stab up a school, or beat the shit out of each other in school?
Well,
yes.
Maybe.
The last one, sometimes, but not as much.
I want to say maybe because, I mean, news coverage wasn't as big as it is now, so maybe, but I can't prove it or disprove it because I don't have the evidence.
I don't think so. I mean, back then, this shit just kind of didn't really happen. Kids were more behaved and everything. Like, they'd go out and play and do whatever the shit they wanted to. They could even play with sticks and be, like, beating on each other.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here and throw in there that this is back before video games were out. So if someone was to argue against you, they could throw that out at you.
But see, you don't know. I mean, it really could be that parents don't beat their kids and discipline their kids. Because everyone's like, no, you can't touch your kid.
So you're advocating violence to stop the violence?
No, I'm advocating discipline, not violence. I'm not saying actually beat your kid. I'm saying beat your kid as a euphemism for discipline your children.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, just go backhand your kid the next time you see him. Be like, that's for what you were thinking of doing.
I have a kid?
But
I did not know this. I have a kid.
But I wasn't thinking about doing anything until now, and all I'm doing is thinking about doing something.
Oh God, I'm thinking about thinking. About thinking!
So no, you go backhand your kid and be like, that's for what you were going to do. And he's like, I wasn't going to do anything. I don't care. Remember that.
You're going to make the worst father ever.
That was actually from Russell Peters.
Still, you're going to be the worst father ever.
That's not me.
No, he's a Indian comedian. Pretty good.
Okay. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm part Indian.
Hey,
Wrong Indian.
Wrong Indian.
You're part Native American.
Oh, so it's not. It's dot, not feather.
Yes.
No.
Quickie Mart, not casino.
Yes, you're on dot cam.
Who haven't we offended yet?
The blacks.
No.
Yeah. Cheese was here.
Oh, I meant in this particular.
Oh, in
podcast.
this podcast. Okay.
But I think just saying the blacks, I offended them.
Yeah, you're offensive.
I should have said the African Americans.
Those individuals on those nags.
The
We can't say certain words on this podcast, but it's a quote from Quentin Tarantino's Django.
Oh.
Unchained. The deep
That
silence.
sounds. That looked like a stupid movie.
Dude.
It was actually really damn good.
It
Really?
was.
Yeah.
It was great.
Like, it had some of the most phenomenal acting I've seen forever. It had pretty good music, and
Like it even had great comedy and action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never been a Quentin Tarantino
Me-
fan.
neither have I.
His everything I've seen, his movies are just
absurd.
over the top violent.
The thing is,
Like, talk about violence. There's Quentin Tarantino.
this movie, the only real over the top thing is the blood.
Mhm.
You know, like at the end. And, well, I mean, I get it. That's kind of what he does in everything he has. But in this one, it's not as over the top as usual, and it gets its point across.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there are just some scenes you kind of have to go see just because they're that good.
Yeah.
The
Like,
masks.
I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a scene where a bunch of various individuals put bags on their heads, which is reminiscent of the KKK.
Yeah, like the origin of the KKK.
And the whole
essentially.
scene's just hilarious, how they're kind of making fun of the bags, how they all are acting like idiots, and how they come with this stupid plan to get back at Django and his
Yeah.
associate.
Nice.
But yeah, and I mean, Samuel L. Jackson,
He stole the show when he finally showed up.
yeah, I mean,
He's in it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Not
gotta think,
surprising. He's in everything.
you gotta think it wouldn't do that well, but he actually played a really good part.
What is the main actor's name? I know
Jamie
he's-
Foxx.
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx.
Okay.
Django.
Yeah.
Django.
For reference, he's playing the upcoming Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh dear lord.
Okay. What else has he played in?
There was a movie where he was... Wait, was it? Yeah, no, it was the one where he was with Tom Cruise and he played a cab driver. I think it was called Collateral. And I'm trying to
I
remember...
don't know that one.
He's played some other. He's
he's
a good
been-
actor.
yeah.
He's a pretty well-known actor out there. Like, a lot of people know him, so...
Yeah, speaking of movies, which it's been a long while, but you've seen The Hobbit, right?
I have not...
He hasn't.
Oh,
I
my
have.
God. Spoiler cast with you in
Go
there.
ahead, go ahead.
Well, so, see, I
In case you haven't read the book, which is
I've seen
been
the
out for how long?
animated movie, so I have a general idea what
Oh.
happens.
see.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think that Django was better than Hobbit. Not by much, but
I'm gonna
I-
take
I-
that stick and beat you with it.
I think it was a bit better.
Hey,
No, The Hobbit was great.
I will beat this child.
Dude, the
Violent
Hobbit,
video games cause this.
the Hobbit was great, but it's just I thought Django. Goddamn, I thought Django was just a little bit better.
He's gonna take his
can't
Dynasty
talk to you.
Warriors
Are
impression on
you
you.
saying
Yes.
Are you saying Hobbit's like the best movie ever?
Yes.
Better than Lord of the Rings.
Actually,
Yes.
yeah, I'd have to say they did do this one a bit better.
I did do a 3-movie marathon right after I watched it. Unfortunately, it wasn't the director's extended edition, but yeah.
Because you didn't have all week to watch it.
Exactly. I only had one day.
You had one day, not
It took
three.
all day, but still. But yeah, I still love those movies, but yeah, better. I think they had better casting for The Hobbit. Martin Freeman, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Perfect for Bilbo.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah.
They could not have done better. And
Actually, honestly, any role I've seen him in, he's great.
oh yeah, he's an awesome actor. He's like in the Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, or Sherlock,
Or Sherlock, yeah.
which
and
pretty good show. And then he was also in,
Office, British version.
it was like Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead. He was in one of
Oh
those.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like he was in one of those like stupid but funny movies as well. And it's like in all of them, he's good.
Mm-hmm. Like even all the dwarves in that really good.
Yeah.
I loved how. Well, just my favorite part of this movie was I've read the book so many times, and then finally seeing it put into film was awesome. I have started rereading The Hobbit again because it's been a long time, and they did take a lot of creative license with the movie. Like not even just. They changed some things.
Well, then they add stuff with the notes and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
they added a lot from the similarity and stuff. I'm not even talking about that. It's just the whole mood, or the whole mood of the movie. It's a lot darker and more serious. Because in The Hobbit, in the book, just one thing is, Dwalin's beard is blue in the book. That's something I completely forgot.
Why is it blue?
Because he's a dwarf.
But
Feeling Keelys are yellow.
Well, I mean, yellow's understandable, but like
Blue. He dyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. Like, why is it blue?
I like how you're like, what the fuck? It's like, you probably just dyed it, bro.
He was naturally born.
I'd love to have naturally born blue hair. That'd be pretty sweet.
Or just naturally some odd color. Just, yeah, I have green hair. Whatever.
Screw the rules. I have green hair.
But I can't wait for the next one. Let's see. I have a countdown on my phone.
Oh, God.
Like, see, I do want to see the next one and the one after and, all that good stuff. But, I mean, like I said, great movie. It's just I thought Django was a little better.
You have to watch that whenever it comes out on DVD because I'm waiting.
Highly recommended.
But yeah, 328 days to the second Hobbit and 545 till the third one.
Like I think I'd have to say it might be just be the story. Like of Django, it was a little darker, and I just kind of have a predilection to liking those a little more.
Yeah,
and it was just, I guess, more concise. And if I watched all the Hobbits in a row, then it would probably be pretty great, and the story would be all there. But as it is,
Oh God. I know when all three movies come out on DVD, I'm gonna have to buy those and the director's extended version.
Now, are you gonna buy all the different versions, or are you just gonna wait for the director's cut?
Director's cut. And then I'll have to go and buy all the Lord of the Rings director's cut and watch them all in one day. I know I'm gonna have to do it. It's gonna,
after the Hobbit's
that's
all
gonna
out,
take more than a day.
Yeah,
they're gonna release like the super deluxe collector's edition,
all in one pack,
which has the Hobbits and all the other movies, all the director's cut edition,
behind the scenes.
But here's
all that
something
stuff.
You get a map with it.
Yeah.
But here's something you probably haven't considered. He is probably thinking, this is the biggest cash cow, aside from Star Wars, anyone can make. I'm going to go ahead and take some creative liberties here and make sequels to the Lord of the Rings movies that probably shouldn't exist, but people are going to still pay for them anyway.
Well, like, the thing is,
I really don't think that Tolkien fans would stand an abomination like that, though.
But if it's Peter Jackson, he might be able to pull it off.
He might do it. Whether the fans will call for his blood or not will be another story.
Is Tolkien dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's dead.
I was gonna say, like,
he'll be spinning in his grave.
Like, if he's still alive, he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna write another book. We're gonna make a shitload more money.
or maybe a prequel to The Hobbit that just is all Gandalf.
Actually, that would be cool. I like just Gandalf Origins.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings Origins, Gandalf.
Oh, God!
Lord of the Rings Origins, Aragorn.
Gimli.
Oh God, a Gimli movie would be the best.
Lord of the Rings Origins, Frodo. Nobody sees it.
Why the fuck would you need that? That's what Lord of the Rings was.
That's it. It's just Frodo. Nobody sees it.
It's the one movie no one wants to see.
The writers are like, we figured, but hey, we have extra money. Why not just put all the characters? Fucking Sam.
I would pay out the nose for that movie.
How much you bet they're going to make, after all this is said and done, they're going to make a cartoon series?
Well, of course.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know how popular it is with the kids, I don't know if they would actually
True
do that or not.
enough.
Well,
like, Star Wars can pull it up because it's got that whole level of just, you have a goofy robot, another goofy robot, you can make a cartoon show with that. But with this, it's like, where do you really go there? I mean, you have the dwarves, sure, but...
That's it, the dwarves.
Yeah. But I don't know if that can really hold up as a cartoon forever,
They're going to do something with it, I know that.
Like Lord of the Rings already exists, they might do more of that. Like a Hobbit. Lobbit.
Lobbit?
Lobbit.
Alright.
Oh, I did like the scene with Gollum.
Oh, yeah.
That
well,
like, it actually got some chuckles out of me. And
I'm just going to say this right now, Andy Serkis, I think that's his name anyway, the guy who plays Gollum in this one and the last ones, and he also played the monkeys in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Fantastic job every time he's in a movie. I gotta give him credit where it's due. It's really good.
You know, you just said the apes, and that just made me remember Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever the fuck the main ape's name was. I don't
Caesar?
remember. Caesar. When he's just like, no! And it's like, damn, that dude just shit himself. and Caesar's probably like, I just made him shit himself.
Did you ever see that movie, Rise of the Apes?
No, that looked awful.
Dude.
It was surprisingly good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was better than Planet of the Apes.
Well, how old are those movies? It's
I don't
not really
know.
hard
But
to
I mean,
gauge.
I've seen like all 2 or 3 versions of Planet of the Apes. I don't know why. It's just we fucking had them, so I saw them.
Mhm.
Like, I'll say this much.
Say Rise was better than all of them.
I'll say this much. The only reason I went to see it was because James Franco's in it. I knew he's a pretty bankable actor. You know, any movie he's in is at least worth checking out. And I'm glad I put my money into that one. It was a good choice. I'm looking forward to Oz, the
You should
Great
see
and
it.
Powerful when it comes out.
We
too.
actually have it, and you could probably borrow it and see it if you want.
We'll see.
Do we have any other news and or things to talk about? Anyone else got anything? No? Yes? No?
Bueller?
Wasn't there something we were going to bring up only in the podcast that we saw in the news and didn't mention it yet?
I think that was the Congress stuff that we...
No. We were going to bring that up, but we also put it in the news. It was something we left out of the news that we were just going to bring up here.
I can't remember what that would be, though.
Okay, fuck it then. You guys listening don't need to know what that was, because we don't know either.
Yep, it's a mystery to everybody, and it will remain as such.
Woo.
Watch later on, we're going to mention... You know that one thing we didn't mention, that one podcast? We still don't know what it is.
You know what? 20 podcasts now, we'll make a reference to it.
And then one of the people in the comments will be like...
I remember that reference!
Yes, or they'll post a link like, this is what you were thinking of, and it's like, holy shit, that was. Who the fuck are you?
Are you stalking me?
Creepy.
Very.
Well, I guess if that's all for today, we will sign off, and hopefully, Russell, you'll be back on the next one.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
Thursday.
Thursday. Thursday.
Thor's Day.
Thor's Day.
Thor.
Looking forward to the next movie.
Thor Brodenson.
Brodenson, goddamn.
Oh.
Okay, well, as usual, this is Aaron.
This is Mike.
Russell!
And thank you for watching watching to another episode of the Three-Way Podcast.
Watching
See you
with your
next
ears.